does this thing keep doing that? Give me a second, guys. There it goes. Oh, we're gonna buffer again. Guys, I can't wait until Mercury retrograde is over. Guys, I can't wait until Mercury retrograde is over. There it goes. Nope. Guys, I can't wait until Mercury retrograde is over. Okay, guys. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's get started. Call of divine, divine's helpers and my guides, all from the pure white divine light only. Only those from the pure white divine light are welcome. Anytime I pick this pendulum up, from now until the time I go to sleep, let it be from those I have called from the pure white divine light only. Thank you. So please. Thank you. Okay, call of divine, divine's helpers and my guides, to protect us with the pure white divine light in all ways and all things. Protect my cards, protect my channel, protect my phone, protect my space, protect me, protect my viewers, protect those I am reading for, and protect the channel between me and you. Pure white divine light. Thank you. Clear out any and all old energies. Bring in new energies, please. Oh. Thank you. Clear out old energies. Bring in new energies, please. Help me to be the channel. Help me to give and receive crisp, clear, accurate messages tonight, please. Thank you. Clear out old energies. Bring in new energies, please. Some people want to see the beginnings of this, how I start out. Some don't. If you don't, just fast forward. Just so if you agree with the way I do it. If you don't, you can go somewhere else to somebody else that you agree with. But anyway, let's get going here. I'm running late. I wanted to be on an hour ago. lot going on, Okay. Alright. What's holding them back? What's holding them back? The viewers coming on today and those coming in the future, what's holding them back? I heard one more. Okay. What's holding them back? What's holding them back? Is this supposed to be in the reverse? I had a feeling. Because I think Spirit is just telling me to do all mine in the upright. What's holding them back? We have the Hierophant. So, the Hierophant, you know, you've gone through these lessons. You've learned a lot in the lessons. You've mastered them. So, like, you've gone from the apprentice to the scholar, or to mastery. Anyway, you have the keys to the kingdom. You have keys to the records. You're very in tune with your intuition. You have gone to the Akashic records, or you know what's in the Akashic records, and you are they have, because this is for them. They've gone to the Akashic records. They know what's in them. They're completely tapped into their intuition. They may be even teaching, because this card shows two people on here looking up to the Hierophant. They're in their passions with the red in it. So they may be a teacher of some sort too. They may be someone of higher authority. You got the Five of Pentacles. They may be someone of higher authority that your person may have to wait on too. Like a judge or some kind of legal thing. Where with the Five of Pentacles, they feel left out in the cold. So they may be dealing with something, you know, law-wise, or with someone of higher authority. This is also saying, you know, they're trying to keep their faith. They feel out in the cold. Got the Moon card. They feel left out in the cold, abandoned, you know, cast out. Whether that's by you or by someone else. You got the Seven of Cups. I don't know. But with the Moon card, you know, there's something they're not seeing. Could be a secret. They can't see their way forward. Something's hidden. Something they don't know. Could be revealed with this eclipse. Could be something coming out with this eclipse. But they do have options with the Seven of Cups that come out. They do have options, you know. And they know that they've got to choose wisely, because what they choose chooses them. They've got the head in the one cup, which I always see as, you know, two-faced or rose-colored glasses. Here, 1 second. Is this supposed to be in the reverse? No. See how I'm starting to think the mind doesn't want me to do reversals. Is this supposed to be in the reverse? Slow down. Is this supposed to be in the reverse? No. Okay, on the bottom of the deck. Alright, guys, so what flew out was the Five of Swords in the World, and on the bottom you have the Nine of Pentacles. So as I was saying, you know, we have the head in this cup. I consider that two-faced or illusions, not, you know, not seeing things clearly. Two-faced, wearing a mask. That's kind of what I see as the ghost. Ghosting and gaslighting is in one cup. The snake's in another. Might bite them. Could also be transformation, though, because, you know, the snake sheds its skin and becomes new. The house, you know, but is the house going to be cold and empty, or is it going to be happy? Then you've got the jewels, you know, he took the finances, but then, you know, where's the love? Pick the, you know, the successful cup. There's a successful cup, you know, with the wreath, always see it as success. And then you have the dragon, but the, you know, the dragon could blow fire on them and burn them up. So they know, him or her, they know that, you know, they got to be careful on what option they choose. I feel like with the Seven of Cups, it's usually your liar, cheater, thief card. Many people say it as that, but do you see how he's looking back at these options? I feel like with this, he's left the options behind. He's been in a battle. He's stolen their swords. You know, he's stolen what they've used to fight him, and he's defeated them. He's stolen their swords, and he's going away. But he's looking back at these options. So he may, you know, look at those options, and then when he's running straight into the world. Oh, he's running straight into a cycle ending. He's running straight into the world where he's vulnerable, you know, he's protected, he's vulnerable, he's got all the tools he needs to do what it is he or she needs to do. They're very balanced. See the balance? And the bottom is, you know, this is what it started with. It started with the beautiful woman who is balanced and grounded, who has reaped her harvest, the seeds that she's planted before. So I feel like they see you as this, whether you're masculine or feminine, they see you as beautiful, balanced, you know, you've reaped your rewards. Could see, you know, that you have an inheritance too. So there's that option with that money, you know, careful, I don't know. But in this card, you know, she's got 6 pentacles over here and 3 over here. So, you know, that's kind of saying that she's giving, like, she's loving, she's caring, she's giving. She's also, you know, receiving. But she knows now that she needs to always keep something behind for herself. Even if it's just a little bit or if it's a lot, whatever, you know, she'll give, but she won't give everything. She's balanced. She's grounded. She knows her worth. She's been through a lot. This is like, kind of like the Empress, you know, nurtures everything, takes care of everything. See how she's nurturing that bird and speaking to that bird? Because that bird is telling her, you know, that bird's got a bird's eye view over everything. That bird is telling her, you know, giving her information. The bird's eye view. Where she's seen things from bird's eye view. Okay. So, let's clarify these cards. Let's clarify them. Let's go deeper. Let's dig in. Let's dig in and figure it out. What is the Hierophant about? What is the Hierophant about? I've already shuffled these, you all seen that, but what is the Hierophant about? Clarify the Hierophant. Dig deeper on the Hierophant. What's the Hierophant about? What's the Hierophant about? Thank you. Equal give and take. Six of Pentacles. I think I just flipped that. Okay. Yeah. The Two of Pentacles. Gaining balance. This is supposed to be in the reverse. No. What is, so with that, you know, the Hierophant, in the past, there wasn't any equal give and take. They were juggling. They were trying to balance something. Maybe they had a lot of things going on, and maybe that has to do something with a higher, you know, authority. But they were holding back their worth, holding back their value. Didn't have faith. They didn't have faith. But there was no equal give and take. They wanted equal give and take in the past. That's what we're starting out with. What is the Five of Pentacles about? What is the Five of Pentacles about? The Five of Pentacles. What is the Five of Pentacles about? Dig deeper on the Five of Pentacles, please. Dig deeper on the Five of Pentacles. Thank you. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So they're out in the cold looking for the Ace of Pentacles. They're wanting the Ace of Pentacles. They're wanting something stable, successful, balanced, grounded. Something that they intuitively, because like I said, they had the records back here. Something, and they were holding back. Something that Divine has intuitively told them that they can seek, they can find. Also, the wounded warriors. They've been through a battle. They've been through a fight. They have their walls up. They've gained a lot of knowledge, a lot of intelligence. And the Queen of Pentacles. So, they know that Divine has brought them you. Because, you know, the Ace of Pentacles, that's from the Divine. And they're wounded warrior. But they're looking at the Queen of Pentacles, someone who knows their value, someone who's grounded, someone who's stable, you know, someone who's got something to offer, and they're wanting to offer this Pentacle to the Queen of Pentacles. They're wanting to bring her something stable, something grounded, something solid, something long-term. They feel left out in the cold, though. They feel like maybe they're so wounded and they could see her as being left out in the cold, too, wounded and her guard up. So they want to bring this offer to her, but they know she's got her walls up. What is the Moon card about? What is the Moon card about? I'm going to get different stories for different people, but, you know, either they feel left out in the cold by you, because they're looking at you in this, or they are the one, and or you were the one that felt left out in the cold and abandoned, and you have your walls up, which you know your worth. Moon card is there's the repeating again of this, you know, the Nine of Pentacles, the Moon card, what they don't see. You got the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, working on something, planning, plotting, strategizing. So with the Moon card, what they don't see is that you have had a harvest, or they do have a harvest coming. They've been planning, plotting, strategizing, or you've been planning, plotting, strategizing. That's what they don't see. Coming up with something. You could be working on something and they don't know that. You know your worth, you're beautiful, you're balanced, you're grounded. You're working on something. They may feel left out in the cold and they don't realize that, you know, maybe you're not, you know, maybe you're not ignoring them. Maybe you're just doing something that you're creative about, something that you're passionate about, something that you're working on. And your focus isn't on them right now. And maybe that's what's making them feel left out in the cold. Because your harvest has come in, you know. You are reaping your rewards. You are getting your blessings. What is the Seven of Cups about? What is the Seven of Cups about? Okay, the Ten of Swords, feeling backstabbed, betrayed, taken advantage of, left for dead. Gained a lot of wisdom. But you want to stand up, you know, the Ten of Swords that changes into a 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. That's a new beginning. Sun is going to come up. You're going to be resurrected. You know, you're going to be brought back to life. That's my Phoenix Rising card. You know, Phoenix Rising back from the ashes, like on the Harry Potter. You know, coming back to life. Think you might be dead, but you come back to life, or they do. What else goes with the Seven of Cups? Thank you. Yeah. Coming back alive and going for the happily ever after. Now, they may have been taken down too. It could either be they've been taken down or they see that you've been taken down. But you're still not stopping. You're still going after your Ten of Cups. They're still not stopping. They're still going after their Ten of Cups. They're carefully examining these options that they have because, you know, they have been taken down. They have been wounded. They have felt like they couldn't get back up. But they want the Ten of Cups, so they're not giving up. They're still going to go. They fought this battle, you know, and they got taken down, but they're going to get up. They're going to take their sword of truth. They're going to move forward. They're going to make a choice, but they're going to be very discerning because they want that happy ending. I wasn't really paying attention with that. I had my mind on the Ten of Cups. So let's see what and if it comes back out, I don't know. What is the Five of Swords about? What's the Five of Swords about? What's the Five of Swords about? I don't like to take the cards when my mind isn't focused. What is the Five of Swords about? Five of Swords. Can you tell me what the Five of Swords is about? Let's dig deeper. Thank you. The Page of Pentacles. So they're taking these weapons away from someone else, and they're headed toward taking an offer forward. A small offer. They're wanting to take a small offer forward. They've disarmed the past. They've disarmed the person. I guess the people that were toxic in their life, that were hurting them. They've disarmed them. And now they're wanting to carry this offer forward. It's a pure offer. It's from the divine. It's the coin that we've seen back at the Five of Pentacles that the divine is offering. And it's very pure because there's a white deer in this card. So it's a very pure, innocent offer. But it may look small to you. You know, it may not look like anything big. But, you know, divine is overseeing this, so it will grow, it will be stable, it will be successful long term. It's just gotta mature some. But just because it's a page, don't kid yourself, okay? Don't kid yourself, because look, like I said, there's a victory. Victory after the battle. He's had a victory after the battle. He's taken away their swords. He stole their swords from them. You know, they can no longer hurt him. They can no longer manipulate him. They can no longer cause problems in his life, holding back. He wants to bring this offer forward, and he wants a success. He has had a success over this battle, but he also wants a success with you. Or she. He or she. What is the World card about? What's the World card about? What's the World card about? What's this World card about? Can you dig deeper on the World, please? Thank you. Where's that options card again? Give me another card. There's Seven of Cups on the World. Give me another card. Dig deeper. Give me one or two more cards for the World card, please. Seven of Cups on the World. I'm thinking something, but I don't want to say it until I get a couple more cards to clarify what I'm thinking. Thank you. The Five of Pentacles. That's repeating again. That was your second card out. She's looking back in this card. She's looking back at the battle that you just came through. So in the World card, your person is headed toward the world, but also looking back at the battle that they've come from, that they felt out in the cold with. Yes, these options. They're looking at these options, and they're wanting to complete this cycle. They're wanting to complete the cycle of feeling left out, feeling abandoned, feeling feeling like they've been cast out and nothing grew. It grew a little bit because there's 5 pentacles on this tree. So they grew a little bit, but the fact of the matter is they want to stop this cycle. And in order for them to stop this cycle, though, they've got to go within and know that they are always enough. Like, they always have love. They're always surrounded by love. They are enough. They have enough financially. They are enough for themselves emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. They have to understand that anything that they've learned from the past, any of the lessons that they've learned from the past, was teaching them about their own worth. And, you know, that they are complete. And anything that they're worried about, they need to stop worrying about, because if they continue to worry about this, they're going to manifest the very same thing that they're worried about, because they're throwing energy toward it. And what we throw energy toward, we create. So if they're throwing energy toward, you know, looking back at all the things that didn't work, they're going to create more of that in their life. So if they're wanting this cycle to close, then they need to learn what they've learned through this battle back here about themselves. and close this cycle out. They've got to go within. They gotta self-love. And you got to know too, you know, if you take this step forward on this journey and you move forward and you take this leap of faith, in faith, because we had the hermit at the beginning, in faith, in complete total faith, anything that you need along that journey will be provided for you. So it's a misconception of having lack, of not having enough, of not being enough, you know. It's just wounds from the past that we're learning from. Stand your ground. Yeah, stand your ground. Stand your ground in your face. Stand your ground. What is the Nine of Pentacles about? Dig deeper on the Nine of Pentacles. The underlying energy. Dig deeper on the Nine of Pentacles, please. Dig deeper on the Nine of Pentacles, please. Dig deeper on the Nine of Pentacles. Thank you. Oh, okay. Let me see that one. Okay. Yeah. Getting over heartbreak. You know. Going through the dark night of the soul. You know, releasing. Doing the work. You know, getting their karma. But it's karma for all the work that they've done on themselves, you know. They've done a lot of work on themselves. They've gone through the dark night of the soul. They may have seen you go through the dark night of the soul, but they're facing the light. So, you know, I always see this as they're facing the light. So they have good karma for all good past deeds that they've done. All the work that they've done on themselves. All the healing that they've done. All the things that they've done for others, you know. Not, you know, overcoming the unhealthy part of the ego and making that part healthy again. You know, maybe retraining what they've learned in the past, you know, changing their behaviors, changing their beliefs, seeing things for what they are. They're reaping the good rewards, the good karma from that, you know, and they're moving toward that. And what are they moving toward? The King of Pentacles. So I believe this is about them moving toward you. This is the way they see you. They see you as beautiful, balanced, grounded, having enough, you know, but holding back, like not giving all, not giving everything. You are giving and receiving, but you are making sure that you are always stable and you are always taken care of first. Look under that. Messages. They're going to be coming in very swift, very fast. There's going to be a lot of messages. They're going to be communicating a lot. Let's see, they're worried. They're worried because they know you're the queen. They know you're the Queen of Swords, and they know you're not going to put up with no bullshit. They know you're very wise. You've gained a lot of knowledge, and you're very in tune with yourself. You're very in tune with the divine. And if they don't come correctly, you're going to take this sword, which you have down right now, but you're going to take this sword if you smell any bullshit, and you're going to cut it out. You're just going to cut it out. So they know that they got to be careful with this. I have that got turned upside down. But, yeah, they're seeing you as the queen. You've been through the shit. You're stable now, you know. They've been through the shit. They're wanting to move toward you. They're wanting to bring this opportunity towards you. But they also see that you got everything that you need. You're good. You know? You don't need them. You want them. So they know that if they're coming in, they better come in correct. They better come in like this. They better bring something solid and stable to the table. So I think, you know, I don't really feel nervousness on this. I just feel like they're holding back because they are afraid you're going to cast them out. They can't see the future. And they, you know, I feel like they feel like you have options too. But there's something they're ending, something they're closing up. They're wanting this chapter to end. They're wanting to get on a new cycle. Because the world card is mirroring the Hierophant. So they're trying to have faith. They're trying to close this cycle. Clear old energy. Bring in new energy, please. So I feel like they're coming. They're coming. And when they do, it's going to be a lot of communication. It's going to be swift. It's going to be fast. I don't usually give like a time limit, but you know, things will start moving forward a little quicker once, you know, once Mercury starts going direct. And I believe that's like on the May 7th, I believe. Don't quote me on that, look it up. But May 7th, I believe it starts going direct and going back through the signs it backtracked in. So but yeah, there is going to be communication. Now what you guys do with it, that's going to be up to you guys. You know, I think they see you as holding all the cards. They can come forward, but ultimately it's your decision. So I don't know, guys. I think the Mercury retrograde's holding a lot of people back and reevaluating before they move forward. Cleanse and clear old energy. Bring in new energy, please. And we're all reevaluating the past. We're transforming, you know. We're all looking back and seeing what we've learned. And I believe a lot of us are becoming, you know, our new selves. We're shedding our old selves. We're realizing who we really are. So, a lot of us realizing our worth, realizing the things that we dealt with in the past that, you know, and why we did it, you know. It was our own wounds. It's our own insecurities, our own trust issues, our own abandonment issues. And those relationships triggered that because we were supposed to go within and work on that. We weren't supposed to point fingers at the other person. You know, that other person was there to mirror you. That other person was there to teach you something about yourself. You know, and you were there to teach them something about themselves. You were there to teach them lessons about their wounds and them being triggered and what they had to work on, you know. I'm not going to say that. I'm sure that when you guys came together in the past, there was a lot of love, you know, there was a lot of love. But the energies and the wounds of the past destroyed the relationship. Because instead of seeing, well, this person's triggering me this way and this person's triggering me this way, and you work on yourselves and work on your wounds, you guys were too busy pointing fingers. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that. I've done that myself, you know. You're too busy pointing fingers. You don't want to take accountability for what's really going on. And what's really going on is both of you have wounds. And both of you have things you've got to heal from the past, whether that be your childhood, that be your early dating, or, you know, I don't know, you watch things growing up that your family did around you and it became your behavior pattern. They told you that you weren't good enough and that became your behavior pattern. You know, you took on others' beliefs as your own, even though you may have said, you know, I don't care what they say, you know, I don't care what they think about me. You may have took those beliefs on anyway, as your own, and it's nobody's fault, you know. That's the way you grew up. That's what you saw growing up. That's what was being portrayed of how a relationship should be and how something should go, you know. We don't do what we're told growing up. We do what we see. We do what we see. We are creatures of habit. We do what we see. So, there's a lot of abandonment issues with your families, your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, maybe older than you, your mothers, your fathers, coming from dysfunctional families. And that's not saying anything bad. That's just those families had wounds that they didn't take care of too. And so, all this toxicity was in the family. So you grew up in all this toxicity believing that this is the way things work, not realizing that all that toxicity that you grew up in, you took it on as your own. When they said you weren't worthy, that you weren't no good, you weren't going to amount to anything, you took that belief subconsciously, took that belief on yourself. And that's exactly how you lived your life. You lived up to what they said you were going to be, or they expected of you. But that's their opinion. That's not who you are. You took on their opinion. You didn't take on who you really were. And that's what you need, you just need to look at the wounds. You need to look at the way that you grew up. You need to understand the toxicities. You need to know that you were always enough. You always deserved love. Yeah, that was your birthright when you were born. You were born with the love and the success and everything that you wanted and all your dreams. You were born with that birthright. But all of this conditioning while you were growing up made you not believe in yourself. It made you call in partners like the things that you saw growing up. I mean, if you're a woman, you may have called in a father figure like the father figure you grew up with. Or your mother, Your girls usually look up to their fathers. Boys usually look up to their mothers. Guys want a wife that's like their mother. Women want a husband that's like their father. And if you grow up with a toxic father, well, then you're going to have a toxic husband. If you grow up with a toxic mother, then you're going to have a toxic wife. But it's just to trigger you and show you what it is you need to work on, what beliefs you grew up with that weren't true. We're generational, I don't want to call them curses, because it's not really curses. It's generational behavioral patterns. We're breaking those cycles. And when we break those cycles, then our children don't have to go through it. And if, like me, if you grew up with these behavioral patterns and you didn't understand that you had these wounds and you had these things that you needed to work on in yourself, then you taught your children that, like I did, And as I learn, I retrain my brain, I give that knowledge to my children, and I watch them retrain theirs. So maybe that my grandchildren don't have to go through this, And there's a lot that my children did not go through because I already broke those cycles, like, the physical abuse, I was very physically abused growing up. There are some things I couldn't protect my children from, but I always tell my children how beautiful they are. I always tell my children how much they shine, and let them know that they are worthy and they can be a success and they can have anything they put their minds to. I always tell them that. And that is something I have been doing since they were little. But there are some toxic habits and some toxic things that even I didn't know growing up. Like, I didn't know how to be a mother. I had to teach myself. I had the fundamentals. I had feed them, clothe them, bathe them, shelter them, Make sure they have what they need for school, Make sure they got shoes, It wasn't the nurturing. I taught myself to nurture. And I was so lost at the beginning, I didn't even know how to do it. Like, I didn't. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all, And we still are healing some of that. Will my children respect and love me? And do they get mad at me? Yeah, they get mad at me. I get mad at them, you know, but they always come back. They always come back because they know that I'm doing what I can to help them. I want to see them shine. I want to see them rise, you know, and sometimes they'll come back for advice. Sometimes they'll just call just to hear my voice, you know. Like, I got a daughter that's in college that when she's doing her exams or something, she just calls me just for that comfort, just for me being there, just so she has that comfort. You know, I mean, have my kids been through hell? Yeah, they've been through hell. They have. They have. But I've noticed that they take the tools that I set at their feet, and I watch them change their lives with those tools that I set at their feet. It takes a little while sometimes, you know, when you're used to it and you've got this behavior, this toxic behavior of fighting and arguing and drama and craziness all the time, and pointing fingers and you know, constantly blaming somebody else. When you've got these toxic behaviors, they're not going to break overnight. It's not going to be something that you're going to change overnight. But it is something that you need to learn, that you need to work on, you know, slowly. You need to work on that. And I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to tell you that we were conditioned. We were conditioned. And our parents and our grandparents, you can't blame them because they were also conditioned. It went generation after generation after generation after generation. And somebody's got to stop it. Somebody's got to stop it. Or these kids out here aren't going to know what a healthy relationship is. They aren't going to know what a healthy relationship should be. And neither are you. Neither are you. So, anyway, enough of my ranting, as people call it. Some people don't want the knowledge, you know. Enough of my preaching and my ranting. But, look, I'm not out here doing this for me. I'm not out here doing it for me. I'm out here doing it for you. I'm out here doing it so you can change your life. So if it's ranting or if it's preaching and you don't like it, go to another channel. I'm not here to make you feel good about yourself by, you know, lollipops and gumballs and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you know, with all the candy. I'm not here for that. I'm here to help you heal yourself. I'm here to help you see the wounds in yourself. I'm here to pay it forward. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. And if that's too much for you, then you need to go find another reader. Because I refuse to be fake. I refuse. Anyway, I don't see, you know, I don't see things changing in this world unless we take the steps to change them. You know, and we got to face our fears. We got to stop running from them. We got to stop running from them. What scares you, you need to go straight into it. You need to go straight into it. You need to have faith and just go straight into it. Because I let fear hold me back, personally, myself. And once I got enough guts and enough courage up to hit it head on and go straight through it, I found out on the other side there really wasn't nothing to fear. It was all in my head. You know, I was overthinking. And I'm an Aquarius. You know, we overthink. But we've got to, as an Aquarius, we need to learn to conquer that part of us. So, overthinking is a really bad thing for me. But I allowed fear to hold me back for so long. I could have been out here doing this years ago and helping people. But I allowed other people's thoughts, other people's opinions, and overthinking to stop me. I allowed the fear to stop me. Now, every time I've gone through something in my life that feared me, and I've pushed through it, scared or not, I've pushed through it. It's been good on the other side. Matter of fact, it's been more peaceful on the other side. So, I mean, do you want to watch your children and your grandchildren grow up in unhealthy cycles? Do you want the things that happened to you in the past to be repeated with your children and your grandchildren? Do you want to continue to watch that? Do you yourself, as I did, want to remain raising up men that have these unhealthy cycles, that treat their women like shit? Raising up these girls, these daughters that are insecure and don't believe in themselves and getting into toxic relationships? Do we want to continue to repeat those patterns? Do we want to keep doing that? Because I don't know about you, but when my kids come to me with heartbreak because someone hasn't treated them right, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. I want better for them. So in order for them to have better, I got to work on me. I got to work on me so I can teach them how to work on them. You know? We each got to take responsibility for our own actions. We got to take responsibility for our own wounds. We got to stop pointing fingers. We got to stop. And it's something I'm very passionate about. I'm very passionate about breaking these cycles. And I'm very passionate about helping you. Giving you the tools, setting the tools at your feet that I have used to change my life so that you may have the opportunity to change yours. The opportunity to call in healthy relationships and know what a healthy relationship looks like. What it should look like. That, okay, yeah, there's no real fairy tale out there because all relationships take work. You know, the TVs and the books. It's nice to read a book. I love reading books. You get in it and you have all this fairy tale stuff and these movies and stuff, you know. But the honest to God truth is the fairy tales are not out there. It's not that you can't have someone that can't love and nurture and take care of you. But you do it as a team. You do it as a team. And by doing it as a team, that means constantly working on yourselves, independent of each other. And also working on your relationship together. You know? You get in these relationships, and I've done it. I've done it. You get in these relationships where all of a sudden this person wants to control you. All of a sudden you can't wear this. All of a sudden they don't want you doing your makeup. They don't want you doing your hair. You can't go nowhere. They don't want you hanging out with this friend. Well, they don't trust that friend. No, they don't trust themselves. It has nothing to do with trusting your friend or trusting you. They don't trust themselves. They don't trust themselves that they picked someone that wouldn't do that to them. So they project that out on you. And who is miserable all their life? You know? Who becomes unhappy? Who loses their shine? Who goes dull? It's not them. It's not them. But their insecurities are making you feel like you're not worthy. And that's not right. That's toxic. It's toxic. We need to work on our own selves. And women are like this too. It's not just men. I'm not beating on men. I've seen women like this too. In my own family even. So, I mean, I've realized even though I love my mother to death. I love my mother to death. My mother was a narcissist. Because, why? My mother married a narcissist. And why else? Well, my grandmother was a narcissist. It went through generations of the family. I was the scapegoat. I was the black sheep. I was the one that was never good enough. But I was also the one they always come to when they needed something. But everybody would jump on that bandwagon and put me down. And I just never fit in. I never fit in. You know, and I spent so much of my life trying to fit in, trying to impress them, and impress, you know, those around me, make them see me. They seen me all right. They seen me. I was very highly opinionated. You know, if I seen something wasn't wasn't right, I spoke on it. And they didn't like that. They didn't like that. So, you know, they had to discredit me by making everybody else think that I was crazy or look down on me. And, but you better bet if they needed something, they were right there at my ass. They were right there, buttering me up, you know, making me think, you know, that they cared. And I'm not saying that my mother didn't care. She may not have lovingly shown you that. She told you all the time that she loved you. But her actions, she came to me one day and told me she didn't know what to do for me. And I do believe that she wanted to be able to help me. But they created it. They created it. And then when I grew up doing the things that I learned growing up, I was the bad person. But like I said, when they needed something, I was the first one they came to. And whether that was advice, or that was help with something, or that was a car ride, or that was medical. I mean, my mom would even send them to me if they had something going on health-wise. Go to your sister. I'm sure she's got something for it. But when Mom was mad, you better stay away from me. You better stay away from me. And that's not healthy. That's not right. It's not right. It's not right for anybody. Because they felt your light, you know. They felt it, and they knew I wasn't going to keep my mouth shut. And they did. They got me to. I mean, they did. They got me to not speak, to hold my voice, to hold back what I knew, you know. They got to sweep things under the rug and act like they didn't happen. And they got to put me down. Well, I'm done being down. I'm going to rise. I'm going to shine. I'm going to hand these tools to other people. I am going to help people change their lives. But only those people that want to. Those that don't, they're not going to pick the tools up. I've tried. I've tried dragging them, kicking and screaming. You know, I've tried to help them change. I've tried to show them the way. There's people in my life you just can't show. You just can't show. And that's going to be all over the world. There's going to be people you can't show. You can show them, but if they don't want to change, then you're going to have to cut that and you're going to have to walk away. Because if you don't, it will drag you down. They will drag you down. And they don't want you to leave because they're dependent on you. They need you. They need your energy. They need your time. They need your money. They need you to feel sorry for them so they can validate feeling sorry for themselves. I don't know, guys. We gotta change these patterns. That's all I know. But anyway, I love you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Don't really see anybody coming on, and, you know, I want the world to hear. I want the world to heal. To heal. Because we can't find peace if we don't heal first. Stop blaming everybody else for everything. Look in our own closets. Look in our own selves. Look into our own mind and our own thought processes. Anyway, I love you guys. I do this because I love you. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.